And it says we're
It
live.
lies.
Well, it changed colors, so
That doesn't mean much. Huh. Hello. Hello, world. Um, as usual, I'm missing something. There it is. As usual,
Shoot, sorry.
missing something. There it is. Okay, if you want to keep the cool on
today
today,
it's the cool.
today
Tomorrow
it's the cool. By God, support our friends at King Harv's Coffees. We'll discuss that here in a minute. Just yes. And also remembering that Facebook blows goats, and so does the ATF. For those of you who don't know, we got a surprise package yesterday at the Blanket Fort. And since, hang on a sec.
I told you to leave one of them over here.
I was having a brain cramp. Leave me alone.
Uh,
King Harv's, apparently, they had just to be nice. David ran up a Blanket Fort blend to send to us. Apparently, you guys were so impressed that he's actually had to make it a. He's actually having to make a run of Blanket Fort coffee. Well done, guys. So we got 6. Do what? Yeah, he put it on the front. King Harv's Coffee Blanket Fort blend is on the front page of his site. We got 6 of these, 6 of the geisha because we really like the geisha.
Oh, the geisha's amazing.
The geisha's amazing. And a bag of Tanzanian coffee, which went home with me.
asshole.
I know where he lives. If
Yeah.
if he's here and Rita's out someplace,
Hey, Evan, welcome.
Get past the dachshunds, death from the ankles down.
Yeah, welcome to everybody.
I got boots.
No Cedar and no Mark. Most of us do not do cold coffee.
Oh, God. Cold coffee is an abomination unto nothing.
Yes.
So I actually have a cup of Blanket Fort blend. We actually have a coffee named after us.
Yeah.
And this is it's a nice medium. It's a nice medium blend, medium roast. Nice sweet smell to it. It's got legs. It really does. It is a wonderful little blend.
Yeah.
For a medium, it's got the punch of a dark roast. It's a really nice little blend. Yeah, I'm gonna be ordering more of this.
Yeah, Dave. Some folks don't do coffee, and I pity y'all.
How do you human?
I don't.
I
couldn't.
How do you human without coffee?
Coffee slows me down enough to
Uh-huh.
human. It
What?
doesn't have to wake me up. It
It-
slows me down.
Coffee does wake me up, but it takes the edge off my ADD enough that I can
Yeah.
focus on doing administrative stuff.
Mm.
Um,
Some
we
people
human
don't
with
eat.
tea. So what I'm saying is lizard people.
Yeah.
Could be worse. They could be humaning with hot chocolate.
No.
Hot chocolate is delicious.
Well, I start the
Hot
day with
chocolate's
a pot of
delicious.
Cajun
Especially
coffee,
with
so
Hot chocolate is delicious, but it's
Yeah.
not something to wake you up.
and the fox fell over.
It's for when Rita has been way too peopled, and you stick her on a couch in a blanket or a wooby burrito and feed her hot chocolate till she's humans.
Yeah, most of us need coffee to function.
Yes.
Oh,
Although I will say coffee is the reason why everybody was laughing their asses off at our road trip last week.
yeah. Yeah, I can drink coffee up till about 8 or 9 o'clock at night, still go to sleep with no problem. I've cut down since I retired because I used to drink probably 30 cups a day.
I was drinking enough to be human early because asking me to be human at 8 o'clock is just not. That Geneva Convention has a subsection about that.
Yes, they do.
So I would drink enough, a lot. I would drink a pot of coffee so I could be human enough to interact with the ladies. And then I was bouncing around like a squirrel on crack, apparently.
I will say that if you come towards me and I have not had a cup of coffee, that's like,
Yeah.
not really smart.
And then
You
I'd
lead
pass
with a
out.
cup of coffee.
Then I'd
Lead
pass
with a
out.
cup.
Even after having a pot of coffee, I would pass out. And when I woke up, I wouldn't be overstimulated anymore.
Yeah.
This is like, normally I like cream and sugar in my coffee, but this blend is smooth and strong
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really yummy.
It's a nice medium roast, but it's got the legs of dark
Yeah.
roast.
See,
Definitely
black coffee is good.
As long as it's good coffee, unlike that Navy shit I drank for years. So
I remember that remark.
And Jono with a left hook.
I have to say, I used to work with a guy who said you couldn't function without 2 a day. And I agreed with him.
Yeah.
And I found out he was only talking cups.
Yeah.
Chicories. I love Cajun coffee, which is half coffee, half chicory, or
Yeah.
burnt or roasted, burnt chicory.
Yeah.
Really good stuff. But this is my new favorite.
Yeah.
Holy crap, this is good.
Speaking of favorites, we
I
did
don't-
get a gift, another gift.
Gift.
yeah.
We're not sure he likes us or not.
Uh,
Dear God.
He's actually in the chat right now. So if somebody could grab him, I'd appreciate it because he sent us a jar of clam-o-nays.
Richard, enough.
Clam-o-nays. Allow me to read. I thought that was a joke until I read the ingredient list.
Huh, yeah.
Ingredient list. Soybean or canola oil, eggs, extra virgin olive oil, white wine vinegar, clam juice concentrate, sugar, salt, dehydrated garlic, lemon juice concentrate, and clam base. So it's not just clam juice, but apparently it's clam base.
And 30 cards against humanity somewhere in that.
I don't know that we'll ever find them
Yeah.
because clam-o-nays. What the hell were you thinking?
Cedar, we will be more than happy to give
Open
it to
it.
you to open.
No.
Cedar, if anybody can make it good, it would be Cedar.
Yeah.
She can find something to put it on, I'm sure.
Target for a range trip. Yes.
Delicious tangy mayonnaise made with real clams. Nothing about that sentence sounds good at all.
No. Yeah. It's a trap. That's right. It is a trap. Yeah.
30 cards hid inside the mayonnaise.
That's
Wow.
what they're trying to use to get you to open it, which is even scarier.
Mm-hmm.
Considering Cards Against Humanity's normal.
I like Cedar says that she grew up clamming. She loves clams. I like clams, all variety. They do not belong in mayonnaise at all.
Put it as like this is like mayonnaise on like a sandwich. You put some kind of seafood.
Oh.
No, and we don't like clamato juice either. Ha. Jesse, produced by Very Happy Clams. Jesse,
Someone's read his story.
I'm just going to sit here and drink my coffee.
These do not have
That's at least
limoncello.
3
in
of
them.
us.
yeah.
Speaking of stories,
Yes, we can have stories.
we have stories. Jim is in this one. I believe he is in the and more.
I'm in the and more classification.
He's and more.
Coming out from Bain and May the 2nd. And I'm very happy to actually be in this one because there's a bunch of real scientists in here. I just play one. The other ones that we have coming up, of course, Larry's book is coming out shortly. And Tower of Silence.
Yep.
And also, Mike Watson has the second book in the Tricluster Confederation series called The Prodigals, which comes out the end of the month. And it's available now for pre-order on Amazon. And Mike was one of the ones that got caught up in the Eric Flint debacle where everything went away. And his books have actually been picked up by Bain. So congratulations to him for that. Hopefully Friday, assuming I can get Amazon to quit fighting me, Twisted Tropes will be out, at least in Kindle. However, I am not putting out the damn paper book until I get proof copies. After the last time that I tried that, and it did not work well.
Nope. For those of you For those of you that know Kelly Grayson, as John said, that boy needs to get out more. He has Cecil the Combat Wombat out loosely, I say, based on and maybe a bit of homage to the Fuzzy Eat Cow universe. The tagline is Cecil the Combat Wombat is having PTSD from twerking somebody to death. And I'll leave you with that mental image because it's Kelly.
Now you've got me envisioning Kelly twerking, and then no.
Having seen him do that once,
See him
No,
almost.
I'm so
still
sorry.
trying to get that image out of my head.
No, Cecil the Combat Wombat was not an April Fool's joke. That is an actual book. And the boy ain't right.
Yeah.
And or he needs to get out more.
Both. Let's go with both.
Yeah, some people got some good limited editions out of that screw up, but I was embarrassed, folks. I was just flat embarrassed to put something like that out and have people buy it. So I had to send out quite a few on my own dime to replace the bad copies, which anyway,
I mean, special ones though.
yeah.
And you made some money off the special ones.
Yeah.
Special edition ones.
Items for you.
Cedar, I did get it up. The issue I'm having with them is the title, because calling it Twisted Tropes. Anyway, hopefully that will be out on Friday.
Falcons of Mars. Oh, Falcons of Mars. Bloody hell.
No.
Falcons of Malta closed, and we got plenty of stories. And that will be the last in the Malta Anthology series. Thank you very much. Space Cowboys 2.
Space Cowboys 2 is up.
It's
Space
up.
Cowboys 3 I think it's still open. But we're actually getting, we haven't actually got a decent number of stories for that. So if you have one more,
Falcons of Mars. Hey, Vince, welcome.
No. Last Malta series. No, we're done with Malta for at least another year because no.
Space Cowboys Volume 67.
Yeah. Space Cowboys 3, Return of the Buckaroo, is on deck. So if you have a Space Cowboy story, send it.
yes.
See, Courtney's looking puzzled.
Space Marines.
Space Marines is our next release. It'll be out this that's the end of this month, I believe. Space Marines 2 is still open. I think that closes the end of this month. So we get those stories in. If we get enough, we might go to a 3. Because I really like the Space Marine stories we've gotten. They've been really cool. And if I can get another one out of Maggie, that'd be even better. Because oh my God, Maggie's story for this is awesome.
David says, I really want there to be a 5th Malta anthology so I can get a story and have one in all the odd numbered versions.
Well, no.
No more Malta this year. Probably no more for next year because our schedule is filling up really, really very
Wallbanger, that
rapidly.
sounds good.
Hope we don't have to chat about Fool's Con. Okay. The second Law Dog Files re-release, Africa Stories, is being collated, and I should have it sometime in the next 24, 48 hours for a final proofread, and we'll get that out sometime along in here.
When does Pinup Noir come out?
There's a calendar for a reason. I don't know. I have to look. Sorry.
I'll go look.
Cedar says need to update the calendar.
No, wait, no, I'll just go stand in front of the counter and tell you.
Yes, dear.
That one is coming soon. And oh my God, the stories for that are so good too.
Okay, April. Let's see, where are we? We're at the end of March. April. Twisted Tropes this Friday.
Yep.
Steam-powered postcards next Friday.
Steam-powered postcards.
It's the 14th.
And you're going to want to buy this one, folks.
Law Dog Files 2 comes out on the 21st.
Possible release 21st for Law Dog Files 2.
If not possible, it is.
It's on the calendar. It's coming out on the 21st. We will beat it into submission.
One comes out the big month.
Every Friday.
in April, we've got something coming out.
Is the
And David says, can somebody please put the Amazon link to the correct Law Dog files on the NTTM page?
I did.
Tell us when it's ready.
We
I
can.
did.
So Falcons and Volta comes out end of May. So
Yes.
so April's busy. Every single Friday, we've got something coming out.
We made a change to the cover of the steam powered that y'all are gonna want to buy this. Y'all are gonna want to buy this one just for the cover.
Yeah, let's talk about that next.
I'm not talking about it. I'm gonna let him hang.
Okay.
Yeah, the contracts are out.
Contracts have gone out. Steam powered postcards. Yeah.
Garlic butter and black pepper chicken.
Hello. Garlic butter and black pepper. Hello.
That sounds good.
Hello.
Are you sharing differ? And we get no response. Figures.
Oh, and so the people asking about the Fantafly submissions, those have been delayed due to illness because, oh my God. I've been sick. John has been sick. So we've got a couple of days delay on those. They are coming. I am working through them, but I have no brain.
I would like to vague book a statement real quick. If you're going to get my editor sick, at least have the common courtesy to let her lick you first.
My wife would object.
You had to do that when I was taking a friggin' drink, didn't you?
And that's all I'm saying about that.
Oh, God.
That needs to be on a button.
There are a lot of things that need to be on a button. Some of them, however, are not PC, are safe for work, or anything else. Yeah, timing is a thing.
Rails? We don't need no
Yeah,
stinking
we don't need
rails.
no rails. Yeah. Damn. I do have one thing I want to bitch about. Actually, a number of things, but I'll start with one. This friggin' administration does not understand the meaning of the word security.
I would just end it at understand.
Well, that's two.
I would have ended it this friggin' administration.
Yeah.
Point.
C4ISRnet put up a link. It says Navy to test secret project overmatch tech with the Carl Vinson Strike Group. This is a program that has been secret for quite a few years.
It was.
It was. And the CNO was apparently directed, I have this on back channel, was directed to make the announcement at the Sea Air Space Conference this past week. I can't tell you how pissed off I am, folks. This is the kind of shit that gets people killed. Because now everybody and their brother is going to be looking at that strike group to get everything they can off of it. And this follows right along with the revelations, quote unquote, from various sources that the Chinese spy balloon, in fact, was never jammed.
Yeah.
We knew that. We were
We were stating that here on the podcast,
Yeah.
on the live stream.
And in fact, now it's been admitted, at least in certain quarters, that, well, no, we never actually jammed it. And yeah, they were actually reporting back real time with their satellite links. And not only that, they did in fact steer the balloon to do figure eights both over Malmstrom Air Force Base in Montana and over Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri.
Yeah.
And so they got multiple collections from both sites. So, you know, congratulations, administration. You just put us further behind the fucking power curve.
Well, anybody that watched the Afghan route.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be all that surprised about this administration and military stuff. Anyway,
And they've also announced where in the Philippines we're going to partner with the Philippine government on basing. And one of them is the south tip of Palawan Island, which is way to hell and gone down there. And when I saw that, I couldn't help but think about Peter Nealon's series, Maelstrom Rising.
Peter Nealon's a little bit prophetic, I think.
Yeah, because his fourth book in that series is set in that area and pretty much is dead on the money for what's happening today. So the only thing I can say is I hope to hell it does not become more prescient, but I'm not willing to bet on it.
Are you kidding? The government is probably using it as a blueprint for how to do things.
Not our government. They wouldn't be that fucking smart.
I didn't say our government.
Yeah,
I need to
well,
grow
that's
my
true
beard
too.
I need to grow my beard back
Why?
because my face is itchy. Just a little scruff, just a scruff back because it doesn't look right.
Grab the fox, rub it against your face like this with the feet down toward your face.
Yeah.
Then you can have itchy paws on your face.
Yeah. Yes, 'tis the season for allergies.
I had a beard for so long and it now feels weird.
You had a cheap copy of a beard.
It's what I can grow.
Redhead.
Mhm.
So why bother? Because the only time people can see it's when they catch you in the light just right, and you get oh, there is hair there.
Mostly he looked like he needed a shave and a bath.
I did. But I need to grow that back.
Yeah, John Ringo's Last Centurion back in 2020 was another one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I gotta copy that somewhere. I need to reread it. I need to give it to Rita to read.
yeah, that one was prescient in a lot of ways. Of course, John also knew exactly what he was writing about, so that might have had something to do with it. And a friend of ours who was actually over there, former enlisted, now commissioned, was sent back over there on the logistics side. And we got an email from him that said they were leaving $42 million worth of equipment
Only 42?
in 2 sites.
Only 42? Because I believe in Afghanistan we beat that one by quite
Yeah.
the having to shave every 2 days is starting to bug me. Just
Yeah.
little scruff.
Well, some of us, mine comes in half gray, half blonde. So,
Mine comes in red and blonde.
Yeah.
Much like my mustache. Red and blonde.
I can remember when mine came in with color.
that was a long time ago.
But I've got a little 5mm guard on a trimmer. I just once a week hit the bear with a 5mm guard and was quite happy.
Yeah, I got tired of shaving in the winter, but in the summer it's too damn hot.
That's why I'm gonna keep it short.
Yeah.
5mm. It doesn't get any hotter than my head does.
David, yeah, it's either or. He says some people grow beards to hide a weak chin. I have one to make my chin look smaller. We are not the same. Yeah.
So, for those of you who don't know, Larry Correa released the video he sent me on the Spergler protocols. I knew about it before anybody did. He sent me him doing the advert for the Spergler protocols. And now it's up on his Facebook. And if you think that
Bless you.
Jill Wilder did a good job, and she did, Larry does it even better.
Yeah.
And I don't know that Larry will ever release the Spergler protocols. If he does, he's got my full and complete blessing. That's a hint, by the way, Larry.
I've got a feeling that
So much.
So much probing.
got a feeling he has a story in mind
Oh, good.
for your anthology.
What?
Because
Anyway.
we have the Spergel Chronicles.
Yes.
That we're doing, which is first one is,
Your Honor, I can explain.
second one is,
You see, what happened was
and the third one was.
a man was dead when I got there.
There we go.
That may have to change.
The third one could be so much probing.
Goes to space.
If you take so much probing, I will actually produce a story. It may not be acceptable.
Don't
but I'll
challenge
produce
me.
one.
Don't challenge me.
Oh God.
I'm busy trying to kill my co-host.
So mean.
Spergel mints when there can only be so much probing. I love the fact that this is taken off. I really do.
Oh, it's beyond taking off. It's taking a life of its own.
I'm going to
Just like the chat.
no kidding, right? I'm going to reference the Spergel Protocol book in several works.
And speaking of writing, I'm over halfway on the next Rim World.
Well done.
47,000 words as of last night. So, also playing around with the third in the Bell Chronicles series. Jesus.
Spergel mints when you need get the taste of claminase out of your mouth.
Oh,
I'm not the improvement.
yeah.
Not sure it wouldn't.
Yeah, Alan, one advantage you have is you're further north than we are. You try wearing a beard down here in 100+ degrees, and it don't work real well.
Keep your haircut short, your beard short, and you're just fine.
Yes, David, that is very, very wrong.
I'm going to make the Spergel Protocol an actual book, and I will reference it. I will reference this as an actual book, much like Necronomicon. It'll be one of those books everybody's heard about, the Spergel Protocol. That everybody's heard about, and it's if I can get somebody in actual mainstream media to refer to the Spergel Protocol, like that one idiot did the Necronomicon, and
Yeah.
some idiot on a one of these investigatory news thingies was talking about referencing the Necronomicon. Really, the Necronomicon is a made-up book, as is the Spergel Protocol, unless Larry wants to hint write it. That's a hint, by the way.
By the way, should we send a copy of the Spergel Protocol if it gets written to Spergel?
No.
Nope.
And I do have to compliment the ladies
Uh-oh.
on the quality of the Writers Dojo broadcast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes.
Well done.
It was
That
only
was
19
fantastic.
minutes long, but
Should
it
have been
was
longer.
friggin' hilarious.
Should have been longer. Really should have been longer.
If you have not heard it, you can go look at it even if you are not a member.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube and it is worth listening to. They are friggin' hilarious. And yes, that is just about what they're like in real life.
I've never met Jill, to best of my knowledge. I
Yeah,
love-
you have.
Have I?
She was at a FenCon.
She was at FinCon.
FenCon was a little busy.
I barely remember meeting Jack there. But
Jack was fun.
Jack was fun. Bridget, Our Lady of Hate, Larry's better half, and I mean that in all the right, is one of my very favorite people.
Yeah. Spurgelman's Light. Speaking of which, Bud Light shot themselves in both feet and both knees, and they're working up to what may or may not be between their legs.
They're working up. Won't go there.
Yeah. With
I remember Jack. I just don't remember Jill.
Jack and Jill went up the hill.
No, Jack Wilder, Jill Wilder. Remember Jack? I remember because I owe Jack a lot of scotch. A lot.
No, we've given him.
Oh,
scotch.
Jill was not at FinCon. I thought she was.
That's why I don't remember her. Thank you.
Anyway, a Bud Light, yeah, was already horse piss. Was water that identifies as beer, and now it has a
Spokes thing.
pretend beer with a pretend woman.
Well, I think the Babylon Bee had a headline that beer or water identifying as beverage identifying as beer, hawked by man identifying as woman.
Yeah.
But I wish I could not buy it, but I don't anyway.
Yeah.
I don't like American lagers. If I want my water run through a horse's kidneys, I don't have to pay American prices for it.
Yeah, Joel, that's a good point. Bud Light was not aiming at their customers. They were aiming at their commissars in ESG. Well, what they've done is, that was a real ad, David. It was, as Steph says, unfortunately real. And their sales are in the tank.
Good.
Not only for Bud Light, but across Budweiser as a whole.
Again, I wish I could boycott them, but
Well, and they were bought by a multinational called InBev, which is European based. So, yeah, take it for what it's worth. Don't buy any Budweiser products.
like I say, I wish I could boycott them, but I can't because, like I said, I don't like my water run through horses' kidneys.
What's
That
sad,
was primo back in the day.
what's sad is with a lot of the companies today, this Budweiser fiasco being a prime example, you can't even parody what their choices are because their choices are parodies of reality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Oh, Yeah.
Yes, Kelly. If you want to drink an American lager, get Shinerbach.
yeah.
Shinerbach is not a Bach. I love it. It's not a Bach. It's an American lager. It's a decent American lager. I just
Made in Shiner, Texas.
Yep.
And the oddity is that one of the other beers that got flogged around the same time as Shiner was coming out of Mexico called Corona.
Ugh. Oh God.
And years
Ugh.
ago, we used to pay, I want to say it was 2 pesos for a bottle of Corona. And this is back in the day when Negro Modelo was 5.
Corona, the Montezuma's Revenge is free.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only beer I've ever seen, well, other than the light beers, that was worse than Primo, worse than Jack's. And if you ever had Jack's, that was an old Louisiana beer years ago. They
Corona's nasty.
Uh, yeah.
It's only, honest to God, and I grew up overseas, so I beer, yes.
Yeah.
Corona is the only beer that I've consistently gotten green out of the bottle. And if you've never had green beer, don't.
Rolling Rock.
No, I mean green as in it hasn't matured. It ain't right.
Yeah, Rolling Rock and San Magoo painted label.
Mm.
Depending on the week in the Philippines.
Does Pearl still exist?
No, Pearl's gone too. That was another New Orleans beer. That one went away after Camille hit in '69.
So Camille did something good.
Oh yeah.
Corona's disgusting.
In PI, depending on the week, you could get 2 or 3 painted labels and be higher than a kite. And the next week, you could drink a case and not even get a buzz on.
But it's not, that
And
sounds about right.
occasionally, it was chewy because there were things in the beer.
When we were kids, like teenagers, I never understood the American liquor laws. But when we were teenagers, we were having to Wayne on here? No. Okay. We were having to get beer by illicit means. Corona was a favorite because it was what we could afford when we were getting paid $3.35 an hour minimum wage.
Yeah.
And we were coming back from somewhere, and Corona comes in a clear glass bottle, right? So you should be able to see the dead cricket.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if it was Wayne or John that popped the top off of Corona and sucked down dead cricket. And we spent the rest. We passed a truck with an 18-wheeler with Corona on the side.
Yeah.
And 11 bottles of Corona hit that thing.
Kelly, Foster's is shit beer in Australia.
It's a wombat. He doesn't care.
That's even worse than Victoria Bitters, which is the military beer. Dos Equis is good. Yeah. Sounds like two horses. Yeah.
Dos Equis is decent beer. Negro Modelo, if I drink a Mexican
Yeah.
beer, Negro Modelo is the one
Yeah.
I'll drink. But honest to God, and there are some things you want to have beer with.
Wallbanger. Fairness, the best beer is cold and free. Yeah.
Up to a
that's-
point.
Yeah.
I don't care how cold and or free the Corona is. I won't drink it. Crickets.
Yeah.
But there are some foods that you need a beer for. I'm a barbarian. Rita likes a nice red wine with her steak. I prefer a beer with a steak.
Yeah.
I prefer a Shiner with a steak or a Scottish ale.
Hey, Kelly, you're not the first one that's killed me in a story. So
I like beer with pizza.
Yeah.
And with steak. To me, a good medium rare steak requires a beer. And I've been at some places in St. Louis that looked at me squirrely when I told them I wanted a beer with my steak.
nothing wrong with that.
I didn't think so, but the waiter looked at me like I was straining something through the horse's kidneys.
Differ, the best one I've ever seen was years ago at St. James Infirmary in Moffett Field, California, Sunnyvale, California, Mountain View, California, actually. This was probably 76, 77. And St. James was an interesting bar because you could bring in a chair and get a beer. If you brought in a table, you got a pitcher of beer. If you brought in a decoration, you got a pitcher of beer. And it was the typical California place. So we might have gone there after a
Overpriced
flight.
and way too much avocado.
They ate decent food and walked into the head bathroom. And I'm taking a leak. And this guy walks in to the next stall. He's got a pitcher of beer in his hand. He starts pouring it directly into the urinal.
Was it Bud Light?
And he kind of mumbled, he's, I'm tired of playing a middleman of this shit. Okay, fine. I left, talked to the bouncer, and I said, yeah, I might want to check the guy out when he comes out because I think he's had a few too many.
IPAs are disgusting. If I want to suck on a urinal mint, I can do that without paying hipster prices.
Oh, God. Go to these frou-frou microbreweries and you get 7 or 9
A flight of beer.
a flight of beer. Yeah. And 2/3 of them aren't worth a shit.
If I wanted blonde and bitter, so with my ex. And that, remember earlier when I was mentioning Cecil the Combat Wombat and how Kelly wasn't right?
Ag says at
States
least,
Exhibit A.
at least he had the presence of mind to stop pouring it down his gullet. Ag, I think he already had.
IPAs where skunk spray and marijuana live in sin. I'm gonna have to remember that one.
Oh yeah. Jesse says, classic IPA like Taj with a good curry. Sure, your average domestic hoppier than a bloody Easter Sunday IPA. Not so much.
Yeah, no. I don't like IPA. Like I said, if I want to suck on a Euro Mint, I can do that without paying hipster prices.
Mm.
I like porters. I like stouts. I'm weird.
Yeah, ginger root and birch beer. Yeah,
Good root beer. I haven't had good root beer in ages.
yeah. A&W.
Yeah, I haven't had one. Sparkle mints now in pink.
Yeah.
We're all weird. That's why we're here. Yes. So when I say that my brother from another mother, Kelly Grayson, is a little bit off, that ought to tell you something. Case in point. Kelly Grayson, I want to pour a flight of Pine Sol to beer hipsters and ask how they like my new IPA. States Exhibit A, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
An IPA needs to be hoppier than a frog and more bitter than Ian's soul. Which one?
Yeah.
And why are you looking at my desk?
It does not
She's
need
giggling.
additional floral enhancements. I'm not sure what Kermit means by that. And RK goes, Your Honor, I can explain about that
Pine Sol.
Sol beer.
Oh dear. Enjoy the smell of it. I don't like IPAs. Retsina is nasty. Stay away from Retsina
Oh God, yes.
unless you hate yourself that badly. And if you hate yourself that badly, seek help.
Yeah.
Floral enhancements. Floral enhancements. That's gin.
Yeah, John has had Retsina and so have I, and it's
If you are looking for Retsina, seek help.
Yeah.
There's an 800 number. I swear to God, you can call and they can help you through your crisis.
yes. Sarah says, these frat boys drank too much Pine Sol. This is what happens to their souls.
Sure. Okay. So we've covered the new releases. Cecil Combat Wombat. Buy it. It wasn't an April Fool's joke. Go ahead and buy it. Gyms is coming out. Multiple gyms are coming out.
Yeah.
Cedar got anything coming out?
She finished a story for one of the anthologies
Oh,
last
good.
night.
Oh,
night
good.
before last.
Oh, good.
Oh, I would like to thank everybody for the reviews on Nothing But Time.
What do you have coming out?
I've got postcards coming in.
And
I wrote. Okay, I've started writing again.
good.
That's for me.
So when's it coming out? And what is
I
it?
have nothing scheduled. I should be working on the next Alien Brides, but actually, okay, so I started a werewolf romance.
So if you're jonesing for your smut fix,
There you go.
hit up Courtney.
Working on it. I'm 2 chapters in. It's going to be a novella, so it's 90 long, but I'm working on that one.
If you're jonesing for your smut fix and can't get any, it's her fault.
I think we should get all of the North Texas writers to a round table and the worst porn they could think of. Each of them write a chapter and pass it to the
Oh
next one.
no. Oh no.
Oh God, no.
No, 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 no. No.
Don't give anybody ideas for next weekend. No.
What's next weekend? Is that Fool's Gun?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Bloody hell.
No, I have thoughts for next weekend, but it won't be that. It will not be that.
All drinking.
Lots of drinking. I am
That
not
goes
working.
well with writing a round robin porn.
Nope. That you know what? That counts as work for me, and I'm not working.
Oh. Oh, Kelly.
What's Kelly on? What's Kelly doing?
Round robin porn. We're not, no
I
ball
dislike you
banger.
right
We
now.
are not doing panels or roundtables at FoolsCon. No,
Oh, Kelly, no.
no panels, nothing.
Nope.
Sit around and shoot the shit for a weekend.
Yes.
Drink, get to talk to people that that's one of the things I'm noticing about cons is I don't get to talk to my friends at cons as much as I'd like because they're all doing panels.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's, I try and chase down Cal Spriggs. And I got to talk to him maybe 15 minutes in
Yeah.
between panels, all told.
There's a reason why when I go to a con, I never attend any panels.
Yeah.
I stand out in the smoking area, talk to all the friends when they
That-
get a chance to take a break.
Doesn't matter. It's that everybody else is doing panels.
Michael, that's interesting. I did not realize there was a root beer called Snowcap in Green Bay. Of course, it is Green Bay, Wisconsin. So that,
Right.
and there goes,
There goes the Fox. He started drinking early.
yeah, in self-defense, probably.
No kidding, right?
There might be a show and tell, but
We
we'll
do that.
See how that
Once in a while.
Yeah.
But
how
We're
that
not-
turns out.
we're not probably not ever going to do a range day.
No.
Because herding these cats, and that's something you really need to ride herd pretty hard on is range
Yes.
day with large numbers of people, especially if a significant portion of them have never fired a gun before.
Yeah.
The rest of them are all drunk.
No,
Nope.
there will be no alcohol on a range.
Out on before or on the range, there's no drinking. Period.
Hard rule.
Yep.
Hard and fast.
So there's probably not going to be an error range day.
Yeah.
No panels. This is just 3 days of getting to talk to people that you only talk to when they're sprinting past the way to another panel at most cons.
And if people want to go off in the corner, right, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's,
We've had a few
That's
people who did
perfectly
that.
normal.
Yeah.
Been happening since the first one.
Yeah, it's a relaxing con, folks. We don't have to be turned on
Yeah.
because being turned on for a con, that sounds really weird.
Ah.
Being switched on for a con is exhausting.
RK. God.
People think Rita's an extrovert. She's not. She gets switched on for a con and is all bright and perky, and spends 3 days at home exhausted. And I'm the same way. I can turn on that. Everybody thinks I'm a delightful person at a con.
Yeah.
So far, I'm getting away with it. But it completely exhausts me. And Kelly, God bless him, Kelly's the same way.
So Cedar.
Jim is and Cedar. We're a bunch of extroverts, and we can switch on, or introverts. We're a bunch of introverts.
Yeah.
We can switch on the extrovert. Kelly does it really well. Kelly and Rita are probably two of the best I know. But oh my God, does it take a toll?
Yeah. Yeah, right, Kelly. I'm only unhinged around you guys. Sure.
Whatever, Kelly,
Pull the other one that's got
whatever
bells
you
on
have
it.
to tell yourself.
Yeah.
But people think Kelly's an extrovert. Boy, he is not.
Yeah.
Same thing with Rita. People think Rita's an extrovert because she's switched on and being the social butterfly and happy and flittery, and then she will pass out on the way home and not wake up for 3 days.
Becky Jones make a good point. Extroverted introverts. Yes.
I'm still recovering from fantasy.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I got back, I had to keep peopling, where I didn't get my normal 3 days off in a dark house, which is what Rita does. 3
Yeah.
days off in a dark house. Yeah, it's minimum 3. I need 3 days. I didn't get it this time, and I'm flat exhausted.
Yeah.
I know it's the kind of exhaustion that sleep doesn't fix. It's really it's
Yeah. Jesse makes a good point. Half the fun of FoolsCon is watching everybody show up and gradually relax into themselves.
right.
Yep.
because they realize they don't have to be on.
That's okay. Not liking people is not an introvert. Introverts and extroverts. Extroverts gain energy, gain jazz from being around people. Being around people makes them happy. It makes them feel good. Makes
Yeah.
them introverts being around people, even the ones we like, drains energy. I call it getting peopled out. And I get peopled out.
Differ. That'll happen in about 18 years for one weekend. She says, as a mom, how do I get 3 days off?
Yeah,
you
good
don't.
luck with that.
Yeah.
For an audience, especially if I'm telling stories, one of the bad things with me is I overthink things.
Yep.
And if you've got an audience, to tell a good story, you have to have an audience, and you're getting feedback from the audience. And if the feedback starts going a little wrong, I'll start overthinking the story, and it's gone. That's one of the reasons that I will have a cocktail before I start telling stories on panels. Yeah, this time, bloody hell. One of the reasons I have a cocktail is to shut off the inhibition and not start reacting to the negative feedback coming out of the audience.
Well, it's everybody reacts differently. And some of us had to do it not by choice, but by position and our responsibility.
Yep.
And, you can do it. But I'm just as happy sitting at home, not talking to anybody, just, working on the stories, working on the computer.
That's what Reed and I do. Is after we've gone to con together, it's 3 days. 3 days, blanket woobies or woobie burritos and soup, and not talking to people, just reading books.
Yeah. And Winkle Red says, took days to recover mentally from the high-level corporate dog and pony the other week. Dog and pony suck, whether you're on the receiving end or the giving end. Richard says, 27 years of practicing law, I've filled my people quota for life. I don't even want to imagine, Richard. I can't even imagine what you have to have encountered in 27 years of practicing law.
Well, it depends on what sort of law you practiced.
Nah, any of them.
Well,
Becky's 20 students 4 times a week. Yeah, no.
Criminal defense is quite a bit different from contract law.
All of them are weird.
Well, there's that.
When somebody goes to a lawyer, it's usually not for a good reason. Really, if you think about it.
You have the dorsal fin that fits the slit in the back of their Italian suit. Generally, the reason. No weird clients, and boy, I ain't no lie.
Yeah. Tom, the worst case I've ever seen of stage fright / peopling was 1978, Memphis, Tennessee, at instructor school. Because one of the things we had to do to get a 9502 NEC was to go through instructor school or IT school, called instructor training in those days, not the other IT. And this metalsmith got up and gripped the lectern so hard, could see the white knuckles. And we had to get up and give a 5-minute spiel on what our background was, where we were stationed before, and where we were going. And this kid got about 2 minutes into it and just went thud. He never made it through IT school. He could not get up in front of a group and talk. And this was back in the days when, Richard, I was in Mellington in 70 and 73. This was back in the days when you had to be accepted by the training command as an instructor. You didn't just get orders. And you had to actually go through IT school and pass it. Yeah,
When-
happy parts of the job.
Unless I've got it walled off, I can feel the emotional state of people fairly easily. And the emotional state of a crowd is overwhelming and I can't shut it off. So that's part of the feedback I get when I'm up is the emotional state of the crowd, and it can overwhelm. It can be extremely overstimulating. And like I said, if I'm telling a story and something goes wrong, and I haven't had it happen so far that I know
Yeah.
of, but the crowd isn't with me anymore, I will start overanalyzing, and I'll overanalyze, and then I'll get stuck in a feedback loop of
Negative feedback loop.
checking the crowd, the body language of the crowd's energy, and then what went wrong and trying to fix it, and it just goes downhill. I've had it happen a couple of times, and it scares the crap out of me because it's like a avalanche that I can't control, and it's with just really bad emotional results.
Yeah.
And it makes it hard the next time you have to try and start it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Doug, you were there an off year from me. Yeah, Tom, that's a good point. A guitar or anything else that allows you to get separation makes it easier. It does.
well, it does for some people. It doesn't for me because, like I said, the
We're
emotional.
doing this right now.
This is completely different.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
We've got separation
Yeah,
because we're on camera.
I can't feel
Our
the crowd.
audience is him.
I can't feel the crowd.
Yeah.
When I-
You can read the crowd.
but I can't feel it. That's people don't understand that I can the crowd is an actual electric presence, and on this I can't feel it.
Yeah. Sir Brash, yes. Every guy is nervous, even if she's preemptively said yes. Yeah. That is probably the hardest thing that you would ever do.
So right now it's just you, me, and Courtney and Sanford.
Yeah.
In front of a crowd.
Oh,
Cope.
fine, just ignore me.
That's what you said earlier.
In front of an actual crowd.
Different energy.
There's an electricity to a crowd, and it can be good, bad, happy, sad, depressed. The electricity off a crowd,
Yeah.
and one-on-one with people, I feel the same thing with people, but people are easy to wall off.
Yeah.
The mass avalanche as a crowd, I can't wall it off.
Ed Differ says, however you catch me at my pink manic phase, I'm either clingy and or murdery. Why does she sound like Murder Kitten?
No kidding, right?
Yeah. Why is it most of the women we know seem to have that either or?
And that's I can't shut it off. So
Yeah.
I can shut it off with people. I can't shut it off with the crowd. It's just overwhelming. So a little bit of booze, it numbs the electricity of the crowd, and I don't overthink the feedback loop.
Yeah. Hey, James, good to see you. Congrats on how well your book is doing.
Hey, James, well done.
RK says, I don't do clinging. The other part, oh, yeah. And with your background, I would expect nothing less, RK.
But
A rare cask of wine I'd like you to try.
and that's one of the reasons that I was a little more looped than normal at Fantasy at the No Shit panel, because everybody's learned that I need to take the edge off. So 2 hours before, people are we're checking their watches. You've got panel 2 hours. Have a drink. It's like, okay. Oh yeah, panel 90 minutes. Have a drink. Okay.
I knew something was going on when you did your introduction, and I went, oh, this is going to be good. And it was. That was a fun panel, and we did run 2 hours.
We did. Let's face it, the No Shit panels need to be 2 hours.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a large group up there.
Yeah.
One story is just not enough. So if you've got your panelists need to tell 2 stories each.
Yeah.
At a minimum. So 2 hours is a good.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's a
And,
hell of a lot of fun.
the audience enjoyed it. So,
I seem to.
because I said time was up, and do y'all want us to continue? And it was like, right, okay, fine.
I guess that's a yes.
Ian, start us. Round 2.
And honestly, if you are a moderator and listening, if you're going to moderate the no shit panel, put me last.
Yeah.
Because honestly, and this sounds really arrogant, sorry, going after me kind of sucks.
Yeah, I don't care.
I know you don't, but I've had 2 reactions so far to having to go after me.
All
It's
right,
like-
so fine. Next time I'll put you first, and I'll go after you. Ah. Trying to say that with a straight face doesn't help. Yeah. Oh, no, we're not going to run long.
Nope.
Mike Masson does tell some good stories.
Yeah, he
too.
does. But poor Mike Coopery, it's like he went after me the first time I ever. He just looked at me for a long time, and then Greg Gagnon with his "fuck you."
Yeah.
A little-
Charlie Brown moment. Oh, joy.
I'm from a verbal storytelling culture. I know how to do it.
All right, folks, we've wasted another hour of your time. So thank you very much for hanging with us. I will not be here on Thursday. I have to go up to Oklahoma City
Oh, that's right.
for a cataract examination. No, Differ, you haven't failed us. You're just a touch off.
So I will be soloing Thursdays. So it'll be on North Texas Troublemaker channel instead of Jim's channel. Be on Thursday. It'll be on North Texas Troublemaker. Tell everybody.
Well, Cedar will be here.
It'll be me and Cedar. I forget these things, but we'll be on the North Texas Troublemaker channel, not here. Let everybody know. All right.
So remember, folks, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff.
Be safe, guys.
And watch out for the weather because it's going to crap. No, you're not chopped liver. Cedar.
No, Cedar, you're not chopped liver.
Steak, baby, not chopped liver. We'll see y'all later. Bye
Our
bye.
husband's standing right there.